Oh, Holly, hi. This is a surprise.
Hi.
Hi, I hope I'm not interrupting you, but I'd like to talk to you alone if I could.
Jimmy Lee, would you mind?
Oh, no, not at all. I'll be in the den.
Okay.
I'll be honest with you. Jake asked me to come and talk to you.
Oh. Now, why doesn't that come as a surprise?
He wanted me to convince you to go and talk to Grant.
Well, I'll just tell you right now, you can save your breath and your energy because it's out of the question.
Why?
I don't want anything more to do with him. Can't you understand that? Can't Jake? Whatever we had is gone, over.
And forgotten? I mean, there was a time when he risked his life to save yours. He saved both of our lives.
But that was a long time ago. He's a completely different man.
How do you know if you don't talk to him?
He tried to kill me, and that's all that matters.
I realize how confusing this is for you.
No, you don't. No one can.
I'm just asking you to be objective, just for a moment.
Why?
Because I think you know, deep down, that there is an off chance that he's innocent.
Holly, there's so much evidence.
I know the evidence. I know the witnesses. I know everything they have on him. But also I know you, and I know the love you had for him. You won't be able to live with yourself, Celia, if he goes to jail and you don't talk to him again.
What would I say?
You don't have to say anything. Just listen. That's all anybody asks of you.
He'll lie.
Maybe he will. You have to decide that. In fact, you might go and you might decide that the best thing you could possibly do would be to testify against him. But at least you'll know once and for all.
I'm sorry, I didn't know if you're through or not, or...
Just a couple more minutes.
No, it's all right. Actually, I've made up my mind, and you might as well know, too. I have decided to go see Grant.
You can't do that.
I have to do that.
You just have to knock, you know.
Well, big dilemma here. Whether to bother you again with my problems or go back to the Quartermains.
The lady or the tiger?
The lady won.
The Quartermains being rough on you?
As usual. Monica is making it just about bearable. She's making up for Alan and Edward.
Just think, you used to be one of them.
I still am. That's the problem. That's why they can't resist this uncontrollable urge to watch over me, even Edward, even though this publicity is killing him.
Well, consider this your home away from home.
Really? Then may I spend the day here?
Oh, of course. I'd love the company.
I'd say we could go out, but I would...
Oh, I know. It's the first day of the trial.
Consequently, the longest day of my life.
How did your meeting with Grant go?
That confused me even more than ever. I knew I was in big trouble just as soon as I saw him.
Well, I'm sure you'll do the right thing.
And do you know what that is?
It's whatever you decide to do. Face it. You might decide to testify and he could still get off. Or you could decide not to testify and he could be convicted.
And both sides are hounding me.
I wish I could do something to make it easier for you.
Oh, so do I, Holly. Is Robert taking the stand today?
I think so. He's torn up about it, too. Believe me, the last thing he wanted to do was have to go up there.
Well, I'm sure he's doing what he thinks is right.
Excuse me.
Hi, Holly.
Oh, hi. Is there something I can do for you?
As a matter of fact, I came to see Celia. I was told that she was going to be here. Hi.
It's all right, Holly. I don't mind.
Well, I thought you could use a friend today.
Well, that's why she
Good.
came in.
Well, you know what they say, two's company and three's
Three's
a
a
crowd.
crowd.
That's right. And it's better to have a crowd of friends than just two friends, right? Look at her, she's smiling already. Things aren't as bad as she said they were.
Oh, I got the impression that's what you were planning.
No. I do have to go to work.
Oh.
What, 2 or 2:30? What is it? You name it.
All right. What's wrong?
Wrong? Nothing.
Holly, come on. You haven't said 2 words since Jimmy Lee left.
I find it uncomfortable.
What?
When he was here, Jimmy Lee.
That's what I thought.
I know this has nothing to do with me.
No, that just leaves me.
All right, but I'm going to butt in anyway. I'm sorry, but I can't help it. I just find it odd that you would go over to Jimmy Lee's for lunch at a time like this?
Well, lunch isn't the point.
Well, then what is?
I need a sounding board, Holly. Doesn't everyone do something like that when they have a difficult problem to face? I am up against a wall trying to decide whether to testify against Grant or not.
I doubt if Jimmy Lee will be able to provide an objective opinion.
Or maybe he'd surprise you.
What if somebody sees you going or coming out of his place?
I'll be careful.
Well, why even put yourself in that position?
Holly, you should welcome a couple hours off of the line of duty. Besides, how many generous invitations am I getting these days? Be here in a minute.
Well, with luck, you'll have a flat tire or something.
Holly, why are you making such a big deal of this?
Because I don't care what your reasons are. I just think you're a mistake.
Jimmy Lee is a friend.
And an ex-lover.
A friend, Holly.
All right, have it your way.
I shall.
I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just expressing an opinion.
No one has to know.
Well, I'm certainly not going to be advertising it.
Hello.
Hi. Hi.
You ready?
I thought I was.
You thought you were.
No.
Well, something wrong.
I'm just wondering if you're quite aware of how difficult today is for Celia.
Of course I'm aware. That's why I want to take her out to lunch. Do you don't mind of this? Thanks, pal.
Hey, for your information, I have Celia's welfare at heart.
So do I.
I changed my mind, that's all. Let's just leave it at that, all right? I can't get my mind off of what's going on at the trial anyway right now.
A District Attorney 8 has admitted today that things have taken a temporary turn toward the defense after key cross-examination by Andrew's attorney Jake Meyer. More news on the early evening edition.
Can't believe it.
Just boggle the mind.
Well, now I know why they were so desperate to have me testify. He may get off if I don't.
How would you feel if Grant does get off?
I'm not sure.
Does that mean you have a question about his guilt?
Oh, no. I know he's guilty.
You're just not sure you'd like to see him in jail.
I don't know. That might be it. I just don't know that I want to be the one personally responsible for putting him there.
By testifying.
If I testify.
You're still no closer to a decision?
Oh, Holly, to tell you the truth, I have no idea what I'm going to do.
Just what I needed, a cold juice and a hot sauna.
I had an idea you'd want to be fortified for the day.
Oh. You were right. Trial starts again at 10. After yesterday's going to be a long session.
You said yesterday didn't go well.
Not for the prosecution. Jake managed to discredit certain of our witnesses.
So, Robert, does that mean that Grant might get off?
Verbal or final verdicts in one bad day never really determines the outcome.
And then Grant could be convicted.
I think when the dust settles, he will be, depending, of course, whether our DA handles the whole case with a certain amount of skill.
Well, you always said he was brilliant.
He is, but Jake's good. He hasn't missed a trick.
Well, at least Grant is going to be getting the best possible defense.
No, of course he's getting the best possible defense. I mean, oh, how's Celia bearing up?
Not very well. If what happened yesterday was any sort of an indication.
What was that?
Well, Jimmy Lee invited her
Yeah.
over to his house for lunch.
Mm-hmm.
And she almost went. I mean, at least she accepted.
What do you mean she almost went?
Well, I managed to talk her out of it. Eventually, she decided not to go.
What'd you say?
I told her what I thought, that Jimmy Lee is like a vulture, just waiting to move in on her. And besides that, the press would have jumped to all sorts of conclusions.
Well, apparently, she must have agreed with you.
Yeah, well, I was pretty firm with her at first. It just shows how vulnerable she is at the moment, though.
That's not going to make my job any easier.
Your job?
Mm-hmm. My job. I promised Grant that if he was to go to prison, that I would endeavor to look after Celia. I'm going to need your help on that one.
Well, of course. All Celia's friends are going to have to help her.
I agree. Including the Quartermains.
Well, one of them at least.
Who?
Monica. Seems that when the chips are down, she's the only friend Celia has in that family.